this site's completely clear.
That is tricking the team to go to A, and coming back to B is the way to go. AGM very close on the plays. It's going to be a lot of engagements coming up out of heaven, though. XP3 finding 1, finding 2 for his team right now. He's going to be taken down and refragged by Som. Back to a 3v3, but eyes connect between Sharky and the Jet. eeiu is going to find a kill off as well, taking down AGM. Back to a 2v2, but health advantage in favor of complexity by a mile.
Yeah, if you're daps right now, you need to stay alive. A single breath will take you down right now, and he's still going to try to play somewhat of the aggressive game, fighting on that spike for his life. He wants to get those final shots down before he may potentially fall. And I'm curious to see if, oh no, ohai, daps, unfortunately not in your favor. Sharky's going to find daps, however, and now it's down to the final engagement. Not even going to half, though. It wouldn't have mattered if eeiu...
Keep coming on the beast. Ignore the strat now, as it's going to be 4 people pushing their way through garage. Breach ult coming out, the Killjoy Molly going to deny the default plant spot. It's going to stun people, but no, eeiu is not going to find a kill on Jonah. Still up to low health. The flick from Som will find 1, but 2 in return from Complexity is going to go ahead and finish it off. Daps, once again, for the 3rd round in a row, left in a clutch situation.
Yeah, we see a complete dismantlement of NRG almost every single round so far. Complexity is just able to hold those angles and just wait for the moment to strike.
Keep this ball rolling, or is it going to be another potential fumble for them?
So far, we've seen Complexity win, 4 rounds in a row compared to NRG. A giant sandwich of wins for NRG right now, and it looks like it might be continuing on for another one. Som is able to find Jonah, sure, but the rest of the kill feed is going to be green with the blood and enemies of NRG. Oh my god, where is the energy here? It's going to be a really good defense coming out from the sides of Complexity, but if eeiu is able to find 1, he may be able to follow it up with another. Not him, though. KOLER is. And with only 1 left alive now, it's going to be a do-or-die situation for KOLER as they have to make their way across multiple angles, being covered at once, riddled with bullets.
If she solo pushes, it's going to be near suicide, but both Killjoy Mollies coming out now onto B heaven, right by that staircase and mailroom, means that a lot of Killjoy's utility is now going to be expended. Alarm bot not on the map, and Killjoy turret already down in a pretty viable location. The counter smoke, though, coming out from the Omen. Sharky's ult comes out, fired, and right onto daps.
Oh man, the final seconds coming out of the round now. Sharky able to find 1, sure, but the rest of the site is covered with all sorts of different bodies, regardless of size. It's going to be in the favor of Complexity. Final shots going down, and KOLER not able to make it work, surrounded by the of whether or not this could go down, because we saw NRG win the first pistol rounds. Complexity then steamrolled them for the next 4 or 5 in a row. eeiu, though, is able to find Jonah. Breach versus breach. Only the superior one's gonna go, is gonna take them down. With that being said, though, it's gonna be an A execute. We do see Complexity doing the best that they can, it seems, to make their way back onto around A, in fact. The spike's gonna go down, but they're dispersing themselves to make sure that the post plan, it will not work. But KOLER has a different option in mind. It's just gonna be a complete steamroll on the kill feed, with members of NRG able to just get all the different shots down and a defuse. 2 pistol rounds in the favor of NRG, but let's see if history's gonna repeat itself.
Peg, I'm not gonna lie here. I looked away for a second. Yeah, that's exactly what it does. But, you know, enough about, you know, what's happening here. Enough about what's happening here or there. Oh my god, Som. We don't have to talk about skins when Som is landing shots like that. An initial pick for his team is going to be absolutely massive. Through the smoke, barely seeing the Jet, and the Killjoy turret not able to see him. Flash is coming out. It's going to be multiple walking through the cybercade on the side of Complexity. But eeiu finding a kill now. 1's left in hell. 2 in hell, rather. xCeeD, eeiu, all finding multiple, but Som finishing it off as blood spilled on the updraft. Then they're going to be perfectly clear. Now, we see Sharky taking a page out of KOLER's book from what he recently saw. Ooh. The ultimate now coming out, though, from Sharky. Could very well expel someone off there. He sees the Jet, but not close enough. AGM finding a kill. Som taking down Jonah as Sharky and Som cross paths from each other. Kill straight out on both sides now. Bring it back to a 3v3, but Som is still on deck with Jet's ultimate. 1's on sight and elbow. He has to make his way through without exposing himself to the Killjoy turret. The smoke down from the opposing Jet, though, is just going to make it that much easier.
A 3v3 in the post-plant situation, now things get a little bit more tense. We saw Complexity win the last round on B side, getting that spike down and holding down on the fort. Things are pretty much the same this time, except it's a completely different bomb site. A much more open one, a lot more availability, potentially, for NRG to make their way through, but they're all shoved in a tiny little corner of screens. They're gonna try to make their way through, especially Sam going for the aggressive plays. Peekaboo, I see you, and it's gonna be Killjoy gone. But it's not long living, it seems. ohai able to hold down the fort a little bit. He finds one, but there's still another in the way. He's not able to find them right away, but through the walls potentially, and there we go.
Very, very vital for them to make sure they continue this onto the next map. But the entire xEeiu is in sight. No one's on B. The closest one's still in dirt and CT, as the remainder funnel in through tower, and one possibly pushing garage. The spike is down now. This is absolutely crucial. This is the set timer for what could be the end. There's going to be ohai finding one as xCeeD, and daps each find one for each other. Jonah with the op takes down the likelihood of the other breach. eeiu. Stay up in the corner is AGM getting caught off guard by xCeeD. The Cypher uploading though is going to be aware of everyone's locations for Complexity. Down to 2v2. The ghost though from Jonah takes him down. Jonah finding a third with the ghost. Daps. I really got to say, I love that analogy, Keg. Probably the best one I can bring up as well. But nonetheless, we are going to get right in here. A perfect cross being held by daps. xCeeD is going to go ahead and take down Sharky as the opening pick of Haven happens now. Jonah and eeiu both taking shots. eeiu finding 2 now for his team, as ohai finds another 2 as well. Completely off and just completely shut down now. It's going to be back to a 2v2.
Yeah, overall, we've seen a very strong start from both teams. I mean, we can't say one team's in the pendulum or the other. Hello, dog. But right now, we see an even 2v2. Jonah have an inch of health left alive, and it's gonna be up to the Phoenix long down the ways. KOLER able to find Jonah, put him out of his misery. But with the molly in the way, ohai says, screw it, I'm gonna go for it, and pushes on through. With a jumping headshot from the right, gonna connect from the garage. Sam able to find, had their defenses be decent on the pistol rounds. But from that last round where we saw that plant not really achieve a whole lot for the defense in the post, they struggled a lot. They realized too late what was going on, and Kyle, it's the same story again.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing over and over again. Now the spike is planted once again, but this is still a 5v5. There's been no opening kills, and the fact that complete site control is in favor of Complexity is huge. Now blinds coming out though means that KOLER's gonna be able to push his way in. Daps as well, finding 1. That's gonna be KOLER finding 2, now finding 3, going huge for his team. No one's in that corner. JonahP is gonna be using these shock darts best he can, but going time for so long as the remainder of NRG pushes down A long or C long at that. A lot can happen. Anything can happen. But KOLER's aggressiveness here is going to be the one thing that needs to try to make it happen. His ultimate comes out. He's going to go ahead and find 1 as Sam finds another along C long. That's 2 people already well out of play without a single bit of damage. Well, I wouldn't say that. The Jet's not looking necessarily the hottest in terms of HP, but still a very significant advantage for NRG this round.
Oh yeah, absolutely. eeiu though, however, is able to find 2, and that's gonna be Sam to finish things off with a T. He used the dead eye.
But neither is the rest of NRG. ohai finding a nice entry kill though, as eeiu finds 2?
A double kill, yeah. A double kill coming out from the Hunter's Fury. He's been able to make these Hunter's Furies work super well. In fact, both Sovas have been able to do an excellent job with it. But getting back more into the game itself, the grand scheme of things here, we do see that spike making a long trek down C long again. This normally hasn't worked out very well for the most part for Complexity, but with daps gone now, it's going to be the plan going down with really no resistance. Oh, never mind, resistance. Jonah able to find xCeeD, sure, ohai goes down as well, but it's just a back and forth, pure bloodshed, as KOLER's the last one alive, and a lockdown is in play. Oh, I know how those lockdown orders feel, don't you worry, KOLER, but here's the thing though, he's not able to make it work. Jonah with a 3K. They've seen how it works against them, despite them winning against it in the very first pistol rounds. Overall, let's hope that we can see maybe a little bit of differentiation going on here. Dabs, though, getting the plant, but xCeeD able to find ohai. The pistols are going to be a little bit more interesting overall. We've seen a little bit more of a dichotomy in a much slower round. No one has that superior weaponry to knock people down in a single headshot. This is going to be more slower, more calculating, more tactical for both teams.
Placing swarm grenade.
what's going to be, but the retake once again being played from Complexity now. Flash is coming out, blinding the Killjoy. KOLER and xCeeD daps both in progression, take down a lot of people. I can't even list off all.
You can feel the tenseness in the air between the two teams. NRG have so much they have riding on this game right now. A lot of trialing members, old dogs we mentioned, new tricks, and the bodies are starting to fall. But there's not much time left, it seems, if this can continue going on. Complexity is able to, NRG is able to find two. Sam getting a double kill. And there's only two left alive on the side of Complexity. It's going to be down to the Sova and the Killjoy. The lockdown sure is in play. The spike, however, goes down, and these defenders are in the middle of the ultimate. They're not able to get too much going on, but eeiu is able to find AGM, and Jonah wants to make the play to bring it back. Last one alive, spike seemingly in hand, no bodies are around, but they're down across on yonder. They were waiting for that sound, Casey. That sound goes through, and there it is, the bait of the century, it seems. But they're just playing around.
That's what they're doing. Jonah being caught on the left, though. He's going to try to go back for Sam, but no, he does not. That's now round 18 going against Envy, who is currently arguably going to be one of the better teams. Dapso being the first death as ohai makes his way, flying over with the updraft on Jet, but eeiu with the immediate refrag is going to bring it back to a 4v4 very quickly.
I've loved the attacks on both of these teams so far. They just go sending it, regardless of the map, onto a lot of these sites. On Split, it was a little different. They did splatter themselves a little bit, waiting to see where that opening pick was going to go. But each side have already lost a body, and they realize now on the pistols, they just got to go for it. Now, historically, we have seen NRG win, I think, every single pistol round in the entire set so far. So, Kyle, I'm curious, do you think it's going to happen again?
I mean, that very well could happen. It does seem that NRG is very solid on pistols, but so far they are down in man count, and especially in health with those Breach and Jet, and now Sova on top of it, being all very low. One ghost shot away, even a classic shot away from being taken out of this round, while the likes of Complexity are just doing the exact same, the exact opposite rather. They have so much more health, so much more manpower, and now as I speak this, it turns to a 3v1. eeiu tries to make it happen, but in this series, this is going to be Immortal 1+, but ohai does not have the aim of Immortal Plus. He has the aim of the probably top 20, as does XP3 now as he takes down xCeeD. He's going to reach Sun in the corner though. Sharky is going to find two despite being stunned. So finding one though, taking down ohai, the main leader right now for Complexity in terms of kills, but that's not going to mean anything when Sharky is on the board. Verena now finding 3 kills on the round herself. Soma with his ult out, his blades are going to be out, but he's left in a 1v4. Way too pinched to make anything happen. It ends,
or the act of getting onto the site, it's usually having very low man counts. And Sharky's already finding 2. This aggressive play is just getting dismantled within 20 seconds. It's going to be 3 gone already on the sides of NRG, and you're left down with a smoke. You're down with an Omen, and you're down with a Cypher. You're down to your bare bones. Sure, you're able to find one, but daps gets immediately traded off, and xCeeD just has to end the round. He's gonna push through. He's got the spike in hand, sure, but he's out of options.
That's exactly what he is, and Sharky is going to be the one who tries to make it happen by heaven. Now, the ult coming out here from ohai, another attempt for a first pick. That's what he does get onto. KOLER falling, the man that we saw getting a lot of first picks. Now ohai is bringing the action back as Jonah finds a kill for xCeeD.
It's getting to a rough position again. That Hunter's Fury we talked about before, finally in play, not able to find any kills, and suddenly now eeiu's the only one alive, but he falls to the hands of
one of the people who is falling very early on. Seems to be mainly in kind of like the B lobby area, where he is getting most of his deaths at, but it's consistently switching around, unfortunately. Not just a good map for him. Now, pushing in the site now, going to be AGM trying to find a kill onto the Jet of the opposing team, but no, ohai in the air is going to take down xCeeD. Another opening death for the Cypher.
Oh boy, here we go again. Potentially the final round and at the end of the best of 3. If Complexity can win this round, then it's going to be Team Envy coming up next. But if we see NRG on their defense, bring it back and show what they can do, then we may very well see a huge game in front of us. But Sam is able to find ohai, sure. It's a 4v4, but no, the pistols are overwhelming the defenses of NRG. It's going to be daps that goes down, and ladies and gentlemen, another